What's going on, guys? I got a great video here for you today. It's a beautiful, nice fall day out here in central PA. We got about 60 degrees outside today. Unfortunately, I'm in the garage shooting this video. It is beautiful out, but it's a little breezy, a little windy. You guys would have a really hard time hearing me. So I'm gonna shoot a portion of this video in the garage. But I really want to talk about the 720 today. You guys have been asking me for a review of what I thought of the car and how much I liked it. I definitely owe you guys that. I want to take my time and not rush to it too fast. I want to drive the car, enjoy it, and really learn its ins and outs so I can give a real honest opinion of the car and what I thought of it. I have about 6,000 miles on the car now. I've owned it for 10 months, we'll call it, and I pretty much drive it all the time. I've really enjoyed the car. All right, guys, I just wanted to break into this video real quick to let you guys know, as I'm going through and editing this video, I got way more info in there than I thought I would. I'm happy and excited that I have a ton of info to give you guys in the video, but it ended up being way too long for one video. So I just want to let you guys know that I am splitting this up into two separate videos. One video would have just been extremely too long. So hopefully you guys enjoy part one and definitely stay tuned for part two. For you, those of you who don't know, it is a 2022 McLaren 720S. I've absolutely been loving it. I had a 570S before this one, and honestly, the 570, when it was tuned, performance-wise was fairly close, but of course you had to tune it to do that. And just as far as just the overall ride of the car, the interior of the car, just how nice it is. The 720, you can't touch it. I really gotta tell you, I think it's one of the best bang for the buck supercars there are. Cars $500,000 more than this car still aren't quite touching what this car does. We really gotta talk about how beautiful this car is. The aerodynamics, they're just insane on this car. If we go to the front of the car and take a look, when you look over the hood, you just look over the sides here, and something you might not really realize in the video, I'm not sure how well you see it, but the air is just directed over the corners of the hood here. It just forces it right back in here to the door with these wide gaps that suck the air right back into the engine bay. The air all over this car is crazy. When we go back up to the front again, take a look at these headlights. First off, I don't know if you guys can see how well you can see. This whole piece is actually carbon fiber, and the aero, once again, the air actually goes back through here, and if you guys are able to see, there's a little radiator back here that, you know, the air runs through there and then actually kicks out the side here. You know, just keeping the air moving around the car. You go down here to the wheels. Well, first off, it might be easier to see this way. The door, you can actually see straight into the tire, your front tire there. Obviously the air, you know, or whatever else, it'll shoot up through that door there, through that vent. Just how low the car actually sits, how wide it is. It looks like a small car. It's very wide. It definitely helps the way it hugs the road. Overall control of the car, I'm sure, you know, obviously the aero is huge on that. It just keeps the car planted on the ground. This car's rear wheel drive, but when you're driving it, you'd never really notice it. Just, you can go into a turn at 80, 90 miles an hour and the car just hugs the road like it's an all-wheel drive car. It really truly is amazing. You really won't understand how it feels unless you're in the car driving it, or, you know, obviously in the passenger seat. We take a look down here at the bottom behind the door. More aero to pull air up in. I'm not sure if that goes up into the engine bay or exactly where that goes, but you know, we go back here, you know, the inlets back here close to the wing. Once again, you know, I don't know how well you guys can see, you know, you got carbon fiber here. The car really is loaded with carbon all over the place. The active aero wing, we'll get into that more. We'll get some POV driving here in a little bit in the video here for you guys, and you guys can see how that active aero wing actually moves as we're driving. It's really cool. We move to the back of the car. It's pretty cool. You can actually see up into the DCT trans there, right from the back of the car. And if you look from the side, you actually go right into the wheels. So you do collect a good bit of stones and stuff up in here because the wheels just throw it right up in. But it's pretty wild how you can actually just see right into the DCT trans there. It's pretty wild. We'll go ahead, we'll go up here, we'll open the door. So one of the first things I want to point out that I don't know how well you guys can see it or how well you know. So the whole cockpit of this car is actually carbon fiber. A huge safety feature. It's amazing thing that these guys do that McLaren does with this car. Just this whole carbon fiber tub. If you guys can see here, I don't know how well you can see, but anywhere you look, it's actually, you know, in the video it might just look dirty, but it's actually not. It's the carbon fiber. It's the raw carbon fiber that you can just see everywhere. It's pretty wild. I mean, obviously they have this nice cover, gloss carbon fiber cover here for show. But even you look down below, you see this is all carbon fiber down through here. Like I said, the whole tub of the car is carbon fiber. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. Most cars, they put carbon fiber out in the open for everybody to see, you know, for show. McLaren's literally building their whole car with carbon fiber. You know, just like I said, safety precautions. I'd also like to point out the door of the car. It's really neat. You go ahead and you get into this car, you don't have to worry about hitting your head because as you can see, it's all open right here. You actually have two hinges on this door. You have the hinge up here at the roof and, you know, the typical hinge at the front of the door. So the whole roof piece actually swings out. So you just sit right down in the car and don't worry about hitting your head or anything like that. Just another cool comfort feature that McLaren thought about to incorporate into the 720S. We really do got to talk about just how amazing this car looks when the doors are open. Just how wild and futuristic it looks. There really are no other cars out there, you know, until you get into some of the hypercars that have these wild looking doors. Even, you know, when you want to talk about the Lamborghini doors, you know, if you go back to the old school Lambos, yeah, they have the Lamborghini doors on them, the butterfly doors, whatever you want to call them. But you know, you get into the Gallardo, it's got regular old doors on it. You get in the Huracan, it's got regular old doors on it. You know, obviously their SUV, the Urus, you know, that has regular doors on it. Now, you really have to jump into an Aventador to even get the Lamborghini doors on your Lamborghini, which obviously Aventadors right now are going for crazy prices. So it just goes back to my point that, you know, bang for the buck, what you're getting with the 720S is just wild. So I noticed that my videos are getting a lot more views lately. Unfortunately, the subscriber numbers aren't showing it. Don't want to sound like I'm begging for subscribers here, but obviously I want to get my videos out to more people. And the only way I can do that is, you know, by getting more likes and more subscribers and more comments. You know, it shows YouTube that they are decent videos and helps push them out to others for others to enjoy also. So if you guys are enjoying the videos, please make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so that you guys get updates in the future. If you guys aren't enjoying the videos, please let me know why in the comments. You know, obviously I would love feedback. I would love to make these videos better for you guys. So once again, thanks, and let me know. I really got to point out that, you know, you guys already know the engine's in the back. I am a little disappointed with the fact, though, that you can't really see anything in there. You know, with the 570, you couldn't see a lot, but you really can't see anything in the 720 if you're curious what the motor looks like. And you know, one of the favorite questions that people love to ask me when they see me at a car show with this car is, hey, we want to see the motor, can you take the back panel off so we can see it? No, it's really not that easy. You got you could pop some torque screws out. You know, you pull this little panel off here, you still don't really see much of anything. When this car goes to the shop and they want to work on the car, they literally have to take this whole panel off on each side, and I believe they even take this top back piece off a lot of times, just to get into the motor to do any kind of work. I think that probably goes back towards the fact that McLaren really doesn't want you touching these cars. They want to do the work themselves. So I guess they just, you know, take that little extra step to make sure that you don't try. So I gotta take a moment here to introduce you guys to my little puppy Josie here. You guys might see her running around in the video. She loves to come out in the garage and play, especially when I'm out here doing stuff with the cars. She's not exactly fond of the camera. She is a little shy. She's a rescue that we picked up. We've had for a little over a month now, and she's still kind of getting used to her surroundings. Beautiful little puppy. She's a mix of a little bit of everything. We did a DNA on her, and it actually came back that she's like 60% red tick coonhound. I don't know where'd the weight come from. I have no idea. But yeah, I just wanted to introduce you guys to her. Like I said, thought you guys might enjoy her, and you'll probably see her poking around in the video a little bit. All right, now, so we're going to talk about the interior of the car here. When it comes to McLarens and 720s specifically, you see many different interior packages. Unfortunately, a lot of people just worry about speccing the exterior of the car, and they don't really spec out the interior of the car. To me, that's a little disappointing. I love to see a nice interior of the car because obviously that's where you are and that's what you want to enjoy. So that's one thing I really love about this car, is it is very nicely specced out on the inside. It has the nice comfort seats instead of the normal racing seats. They do have all kind of controls on them to make all kind of adjustments. I love to refer to these as fat guy racing seats because they do have a little bit of a racing seat look to them. But as you guys have already noticed, I'm not exactly a small guy. I do have kind of a little bit of a wider back, and these seats are perfectly comfortable to me. And I am really not a fan of racing seats. You know, I sit down in them, they're just too tight, they're just a little miserable. So I really do enjoy these seats. And then of course, all the orange accents on it. I absolutely love it. And as you guys can see, it's Alcantara. They're really nice seats, really comfortable. So we go ahead and we'll get in the car here. Alright, so as far as the interior goes, I'm going to go ahead and start up the car to show you guys the first cool feature about it. Definitely pretty loud how the dash just flips up like that. It's really neat. Which brings me to another thing that I want to talk to you guys about this car. It's definitely different than just jumping into a normal car and just throwing it in drive and going. There's definitely some different settings you want to look at here. So here in the center console we have our performance settings and our handling settings. So the first thing we do every time we get in this car and turn it on is we always have to turn to active to turn these settings on. And then obviously we want to make sure the aero is turned on because that is the active aero for our wing. The next thing I always do, I don't know why they do this in cars, it drives me crazy. When you come up to a stoplight or a stop sign or whatever, that you stop for a second and your car shuts off. I absolutely hate that. Here's where we turn that setting off so we don't have to deal with that. And now here we are at one issue, and actually the only issue that I've had with the 720 so far, is this ugly little error that I keep getting. I have been in contact with Philly McLaren about it. They told me that there's nothing to worry about. It's an easy fix for them. It's obviously it's a 2022, so it's under warranty. Just to bring it in and they'll fix it. Their recommendation was just wait till the winter time when you're not driving the car, because anytime it goes over there, you don't know exactly how long it's going to be there. Philly's about a 2-hour trip from here out and 2 hours back. So why lose the car on a nice summer or even nice fall day to drive it when you can just wait till winter time to get something simple like this taken care of? So all we do is we just go ahead and we close out, and air's gone. No problems there. Okay, so let's go back to these settings we were talking about. When we turn our performance setting over to track mode, there goes the dash. And that's exactly why they do that. They really just want to show you what gear you're in, what your RPMs are, and what your speed is. When you're in track mode and you're doing what this car is meant to do, they want to take all the distractions possible away. So that's what they give you. That's really all you need when you're out doing that fun track stuff. I really just got to talk about how beautiful and how well done this interior is of this car. You guys can probably see the majority of it is Alcantara. It's all over this car. It's beautiful. It's on the dash, it's on the seats, it's on the A-frame pillars, it's on the ceiling. It's all over the place in this car. Absolutely love it. They do put a little bit of just regular old leather in here. But that's just for accent, just for look. As you can see, there's not very much of it. It just to mix things up, and they did a really good job at that. Once again, you're paying attention to details. We got the nice orange stitching everywhere, all over this car. That really helps, you know, just give that nice pop, that nice look. We take a look at the steering wheel. As you can see, there's a lot of carbon on the steering wheel. Your shifting paddles. Carbon shifting paddles. Like I said, everything in this car is just absolutely beautiful. You go back to the A-frame, you can see some nice carbon fiber on that A-frame there too. You look at the center console here, it just looks like a giant tablet here. It's pretty cool. It's a little different to get used to. It's not like most cars. They try to do away with a lot of the knobs everywhere, and they go to basically like this tablet that controls the whole car. So you just go through the different screens that you need to get to the settings you need. You know, if you want to change your AC settings in here, you know, you just go over here. Obviously we got, you know, heated seats. If you're going to drive this where it's actually cool enough to need heated seats, you know, you can set whatever zones you need. Obviously AC, all that stuff. Turn your fan up and down, your fan speeds up and down. Change the temperature right here. As you can see, it's very different than the setup for a normal car, but I think it's pretty cool. It's really neat. It's, like I said, it just gives kind of more of a futuristic look and feel to it. Alright guys, so this video went way longer than expected. I have some awesome POV footage for you guys, some cool cinematic stuff. Just a ton to go yet here on this review of the car. You can't have a car review without having some ride-along stuff. So I'm going to split this video into two, like I already told you guys in the beginning, in the little edit I threw in there. So definitely follow along. I hope you guys enjoyed the part one of this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me some comments. Part two is coming later on in the week. Thanks, guys.